I took a little trip to both my 99-cent store and the Dollar Tree, and I did a seed haul. So when I got there, I couldn't resist. They had some corn. I've grown this corn before, early golden bantam, and I felt like I was pretty successful with it. So I got 4 packets of that. These packets you get from the 99-cent store and the Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree packets say 99 cents on them, and you get more seed in them than you do these packets from the 99-cent store. These packets say 59 cents. I like both of these sweet corns. This is Country Gentleman, and this is Early Golden Batten. I had more success with Country Gentleman, but I'm gonna plant both of them this year. I got some sunflowers. I got the giant gray stripe and the mammoth Russian. I really only have a spot for 2 or 3 sunflowers because they like my sunniest spot in my garden, but I feel like a vegetable garden is not really complete without a sunflower. So I got these 2 seed. Maybe I'll try the giant gray stripe this year and see how it compares to the mammoth, because I've grown that one in the past, and of course it's kind of boring to me. Now I did notice the 99-cent store doesn't have as good of a selection as they used to, and the Dollar Tree had a wonderful selection. So there was this giant noble spinach, Bloomsdale spinach, and tender green mustard spinach. Spinach, I only do good. I should have planted it earlier, but we didn't have rain earlier, and I just refused to water a winter garden. Then I got this Grand Rapids lettuce, black seeded Simpson lettuce. I think both of these 2 lettuce are good for eating the leaf. I got this romaine type lettuce. I've grown this lettuce in pots before, and it was huge, and I think I was able to eat every day off of 3 of these Paris cause lettuce in a pot. I'll see how they do in my soil. Iceberg lettuce, never done good with that because of my growing season. For lettuce, it's not that long. Lettuce, it bolts in a certain temperature. Early Scarlet Globe, I normally get the French breakfast, but I forgot to get them. These are from the 99-cent store, so this is something different. Early Scarlet Globe looks like a regular grocery store radish to me, and Champion again looks like a regular grocery store radish to me. All radishes, in my opinion, are tasty. Then we have Alaska peas. I've never done good with peas because, again, my growing season always messes them up, so I have to try to find a spot that's kind of shady for the peas to grow in, and you know, then hopefully I can lengthen out the season for them. And then we got the little marble peas. Let me see, the difference between these 2 peas is that I think little marbles are a little bit shorter. Let's see what it says. Yeah, these are only 15 to 20 inches. They're a dwarf plant, the little marbles are. And I think these Alaskas are a 2-foot pea, which is what I would consider a standard pea, 2.5-foot pea. So I consider that a standard pea seed. I've grown both of those before. Didn't get much because I've never timed it right. And who knows what I'm doing now because it's already February, middle of February. Early Golden Acre cabbage. That one has always been this tastes so good. It's so sweet in the garden, but it's always been eaten by the slugs. Snowball. I've done very good with snowball cabbage. That gets huge if you have your garden right. Just a calabrese, green sprouting broccoli. I've done good with that in the past. Turnips. So far, the underground animals eat all my turnips. I don't pick them in time. And the same thing happens to my beets. The underground animal, I get a nice stand of beets. They look great. And then one day I go out there and they started eating them, and I'm not ready to eat them yet. So that's what's happened to me with those. But they're easy. Some parsley. Now, I usually just go ahead and eat carrot tops. It works just well for me. My herbs, this is sweet basil. I wanted to try lettuce basil this year, but here's sweet basil again, and at 25 cents, that's the basil. Some Italian parsley, the Mammoth Long Island deal. I'll give that one a try. I got some more cilantro. I have cilantro in the yard now, but I know that you have to succession plant cilantro. It's a very short crop. And then I got some flowers. I've already planted some. Oh, I forgot to show you my onions. They have this white Lisbon bunching onion. So, hey, I'll give it a try. Evening primrose. I've planted some of these out. I'm going to plant the rest of them in a seed. You know, I'm going to plant these like the traditional way in a little module and see what happens there so I can compare it. I got this one here. It's just a mixture of flowers. I always hope to be able to get some regular calendulas, zinnias, and bachelor's buttons out of these packets here. Let me see what they say the majority of it is. Asters. I don't do so good with asters. But they do have the Pacifica calendula, which I like, and the marigolds I like, and the zinnias. So they got 3 in there that I like. So I got the packet. These are some more marigolds because I love the tall marigolds. I really don't like short flowers. I want my flowers to be at least 2 foot high so that I can get a lot of flowers. Then cosmos. I grew these last year and I really enjoy them, and they are edible. So that's always fun. And they are about 2 foot high. These are some more marigolds. This one's actually empty. I've already planted those. I've already put the asters out too. I don't work myself too hard with these because I've never been able to get them to grow. I think they might need chill hours, and flowers are not my concentration. The Cleome Rose Queen, this one is drought tolerant, so I am going to try to get this over here. I used to grow it in a container, and it did very well for me in a container. I love the Blue Boy Bachelor button. I've grown this one before, and it was full of flowers. You could get a whole, you could get your whole summer's worth of bouquets off of this if you get one good tall plant. California poppies. It's just so easy in California to grow these. They don't require any summer water. I just threw these out in the front yard in a spot that I do not water, so I'm growing only California natives in that spot. So I put this one over there. This is the calendula. This is not the one I like. I like the simple one. I don't like this one that looks to me like a marigold, but I got the seed because it is a calendula, so might as well give it a try. And I'm always interested in this. I'm going to try this in both the pot and I'm going to put it in the ground. I just like the look of this everlasting flower just for cutting, so I want that. I got another cottage garden flower packet. This looks like the calendula that I want right there. That's what I want. These simple, I like those simple flowers like that. Zinnias, I love zinnias in the garden. So I got this packet of the California Giants. And then finally, I got this packet of bachelor buttons. I wouldn't have got this, but I didn't see the Blue Boy. The Blue Boy is the bachelor buttons that I want. I really don't care for the double mixed colors group, but usually the one that is the most potent will be the one that comes out. And then I got these pinks here. I grew this, I got some of this from, the big box store, and they were short pinks, and I was really disgusted by that. But these look like very large pinks, which is what I want. So hopefully, I don't really like doubles. Again, I would prefer singles. But, when you're buying the seed, you get what you can get. Maybe some of them will come up singles. And this should be the regular 2.5 foot where you can get a decent amount of flowers. How tall do they say these get? 1 inch blooms. I'm not seeing, 1 foot. Okay, so maybe that's just about the height of pink. So I'll put these in the front when they come through and enjoy those. So that is what I got. Oh no, I'm sorry, I forgot. These are the ones that I'm saving for summer. This is some Black Beauty eggplant. When it comes to eggplant, I've done great within a pot. In the ground, the soil hasn't been good enough. Some Chicago pickling cucumbers. I have some cucumbers that I'm trying from Old Seed, but if those don't work out, I'll resort to these. I'm trying this early prolific straight neck squash again. I try this every year. My soil is not nutrient rich enough for this, and it has succumbed to diseases. Whereas my pumpkins, they grow so long that even though they might have got a hold of something in the first 10 feet, they have about 40 feet to go, and they will keep on going like an indeterminate. Whereas this one grows on a bush. So bush squash doesn't do that good for me. I got some tomatoes just because who can resist tomato seeds for 25 cents? I got the cherry tomato. I got these Roma tomatoes. I love to make sauce with tomatoes. I got the Rutgers tomato and the beefsteak tomato. I find that the tomato seeds you get from these packets are really hard to germinate, so I have to start these in my modules and give them time to come up. They're very slow to come up. So that's what I got from the store there. Those are all my new seeds, and I am going to get cracking and get those out right away. Now this is my leftover seed from, this is all I have left from the seed that I had stored from last year and used. Now I had some National Pickling Cucumber, so I think I'll try these pickling cucumber and save my new Chicago cucumber for later. This squash is a vining squash, tattooed, so it's kind of like a copycat of a zucchini, but it comes round. That's from Mexico. Usually I can do pretty decent with Mexican stuff. And I'm gonna plant out my peanuts. I have to plant them in a container because the squirrel watches me plant them and quickly goes over and eats the peanut that I plant. Now, if I'm able to get my peanuts planted, I like to plant the Negritos. And this is my favorite one. This one gets all big. It's peanut fastigiata. So this one gets really big. It gets like 2 foot tall. And then finally, I have this, I think it's a Spanish, Argentinian white peanut. And I plant them all every year. And this is the only one that the squirrel has missed, and it has come back, and you know, it naturalized and did really good when it naturalized. But I'll try again with what's left. And oh, this black one here has naturalized too. I never find the peanut seed because I don't get that many after the wildlife, but what seed I don't catch, I know I have, because the next year I have peanut plants. So that is what I'm doing now, but going both into containers and modules and into the ground.